Alrighty, thank you all for joining us on this episode of the Sit Down. I am your host, Dark Talking Music, aka Nothing But Car Reviews, and then
the co-host, Ross615.
it's him on Twitch, YouTube on Dark Talking Music channel. We're just out trying to make a little bit of money, you know. But anyways, today's episode we're gonna talk about
the Harbinger event.
Yeah, the Harbinger event. So this is actually an Apex podcast. I messed it up.
Oh, my bad.
Don't matter. So, we're talking about the Harbinger event for Apex, and basically it's been an event refresh, I think. Just Season 18 had quite a few changes we talked about on the earlier episode, so we just wanted to kind of hit the topics for the refresh. So, big thing is you've been playing with Fuse quite a bit recently, so I've heard.
Yeah, probably about about a week and a half ago. I probably made the switch over from Rev to Fuse, and been really enjoying it. Revenant was a good little half season, but kind of what I expected. He got a tiny nerf for this little split.
He got nerfed already?
I think his time duration, on when you down someone and it keeps on going or whatever else.
Yeah.
That got increased, and then his bleed through. If you shoot him and you take on his armor, something about more damage was just gonna go on to his armor or whatever else. So it's not that big, but it's still something because he was just way too OP just to be good one. So
fair enough.
Yes.
So apparently, Fuse got buffed. Got a new heirloom. Is that why you're running with him right now?
Right now, I love the Fuse heirloom that seeing. It just looks like an air guitar. It's just kind of sick, and I'm just ready to whack someone over the head with it. Although I don't have it, I do have 32 Apex packs saved up.
Okay.
So just hopefully once his heirloom comes available in the store or whatever else, then I'll go ahead and try and pick that up.
Okay. So he got what did he get?
Yeah. Also, he did have his tactical increased in speed. So I believe because one thing I have noticed that if you shoot grenades, because his first ability, where you could shoot grenades through his little knuckle cluster holster, and they come out a little bit faster. I noticed in his knuckle cluster, so I think they kind of just evened that up because it wasn't really fair, in the first place for one thing to come out, slower than the other. So
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he's definitely he's always one of the more annoying players for me, just because when he drops that little fire thing, what's the thing called?
Oh man, his little fire ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing tears me up. I can't stand that thing. But
if you can spot it perfectly, you just catch someone in the middle of it and just kind of take them out of the fight, and it's kind of hard for them to see through it as well. So usually, if I'm trying to separate someone from their teammates, I'll try and aim that ring right around them. And, and if they go through it, then that stuff hurts. So that's what I want them to do. But just in case they don't, that's why his ultimate. Because the first time I seen its ultimate or seen someone random using it, I was just you know what I mean. It's not that big of a deal, but it's really a more strategic way of fighting when you include that. As far as separating people and all the other stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we'll see how he does. We'll check back in after a couple weeks. But we got the Nemesis back on the ground.
Nemesis is back on the ground. Thank the Lord. Because I know a lot of people were enjoying the Hemlock, which is the other 3-round burst, but the Nemi is still kicking butt. They decreased the damage on it per shot by 1, so it was 17 before, and they got knocked down to 16. So, and honestly, it's the way the Nemesis kicks up in speed. I don't think that's gonna make much of a difference.
Yeah,
if you're still hitting your stuff. So, it's gonna be another hot topic for the rest of the season for sure.
Well, while we're on the topic of that energy weapon, I just want to say, I know this is more your thing. I don't play as much, but the Vault for me has become my favorite choice, if you will. Just how I like to play that and the alternator. So, kind of go into detail about those guns.
As I've once heard, the nickname for the Volt is Old Reliable. So, That's actually what just one because it's just so like balanced in terms of like mid range
Yeah.
and just like up close and personal. And now they have laser sights on,
Yep.
SMGs like this, and it's just like it's a real punisher. Like
Yeah.
if you catch someone lacking on it, you know what I mean, or coming at you weak, like and you hit your shots, the gun will punish them. And the alternator is kind of the same with disruptor rounds, but like once you take the armor off of someone, it it could become a pain. You know what I mean? If you're not hitting your stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, my bad. I kind of skipped on, but just sticking on the Volt, man, it's just such a. It really is S tier still, in my own opinion. And it can go with anything. It can go with any weapon. We put it with the wingman, an assault rifle. You know what I mean? An LMG.
Yeah, I usually put it with either Rampage or the Flatline or R301 because I like to run with either Flatline, R301, or Rampage.
Yeah, that's Alyssa's class right there. R301 and a Volt. So yeah, it's definitely a good class to have.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, we do have. Did they do anything to the rank system? I think I'm still
The
bronze 4. So they changed anything on there, or how's that been going for you?
The rate system is a lot harder this season than it was last season.
Yeah.
And so, just being just last season, if you made it to like 10th place, you got like it was like plus 20 or plus 10 or something like that. And now I don't think you start getting points until 8th place.
It's kind of going back to like the older, like how it was before, where it's like, okay, if you put some work in, you'll get your bonus points, and then once you get to maybe 6th or 7th place, and you down a couple people, you get more bonus points than if you knock 2 people and go down as one of the first teams. So I kind of like that, but just kind of give me your thoughts on it. That's just kind of my opinion.
Well, they're always changing it up, just trying to fit, the just for the more like broad audience of Apex, just trying to get the more casual, make people happy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In my opinion, I like it. If I wasn't as good as I was, I didn't, and I didn't have as much time like put into the game as I do. I probably wouldn't like it because it's that much harder. I guess that's just what comes with being good at something, taking something that serious. But yeah, honestly, the harder for me, the better. Because I like fighting, I like going in and knocking people off and getting a better position for this and getting in the circle and, I like doing that type of thing. You know what I mean? So.
Fair enough.
But there are still quite a few rats. I know a lot. They've been arresting a lot more this season as well. A lot of people, the respawn beacon is another hot spot for this season.
Oh yeah, because now you can craft the banners.
Yeah, now you can craft the banners, and now people are just trying to like regame instead of just like dying out. You know what I mean? 10th place, people want to get that 4th or 3rd now, and they're just trying to scrap however they can.
I agree. I mean, that's what happens, I think, also when you try to please the masses. You'll find a lot of people who, especially if they're newer to the game and not as good at the game, obviously are going to try and make their way to the top the easiest way possible. Yep. So I think that, that just comes with it. And I think Apex has become such a broad, I think, platform just for gamers. It just makes it, for if you're sitting on Apex, like if you're one of the people that runs that game, you want as many people playing as possible. And that's kind of keeping that. Keeping that alive there. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else. You got anything else?
Another thing that I noticed that came along with this other split is they have World Edge at night now.
Huh.
Yeah. So in the map, we've dropped in a lot of places out there are different. Like, it was actually mind blowing. It almost felt like I was dropping into like a new map. It was really refreshing to me because I just didn't know where anything was. I didn't know where the boxes were. Like, I didn't know where it looked. It was just like, and it's still a bunch of places. Like, I think, like Fragment in the middle because it's on World Edge. I think that's like the only place, and like I think another one that did not change. Other than that, everything is just they did a really good job designing this, and yeah, so.
I guess I haven't played at night that long.
Yeah, they have that one, and then throughout the month of October, they have, I think, Olympus at night or Kings Canyon at night, so they're just going to keep on.
It's pretty cool they changed as opposed to just like when it used to be, every 2 hours we'd have a different map. Or whatever. I like that.
Yep. Season 18.
Yeah, so we'll keep you all informed. We'll try and do a few more episodes mid-season, kind of see how everything is going. Keep track of Rye 615's progress. Are you still gold right now?
I am still gold 4, knocking on gold 3.
Okay, good. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Make sure y'all check him out on Twitch or YouTube. Again, Dark Chocolate Music when he goes live, and you might catch some good clips in there. So thank y'all for watching. I have been Dark Chocolate Music, aka Nothing But Car Reviews, and this has been our Apex Legends podcast.
Rye 615.
We'll catch y'all on the next one.
See ya.